Yours.
You're the best.
I know.
Don't let Nate get jealous. Okay. Good evening, fans, and welcome once again to Morelli Field in Melrose, Massachusetts for game number 3 of this Best of 5 2024 Intercity League Baseball Championship Series. We are very grateful to all the teams and fans who have participated throughout 2024, but this series brings you to the finals matchup between the Andre Chiefs and the Lexington Blue Sox. To recap the action to this point, Tuesday and Wednesday evenings of this week on this field, the Andre Chiefs took a 2-0 series lead in this Best of 5 series. We were unable to play last evening, which means Game 3 is now, this evening here. If the Chiefs win again in tonight's game, the series will conclude and they will be the 2024 champions. However, if Lexington can stave off victory and win tonight, the Blue Sox will force a Game 4, which will take place now on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. right here at Morelli Field. If necessary, Game 5 will also be played here at 8 p.m. on Monday evening. Our umpires for tonight's game, our plate umpire is Michael Finn, and the base umpires are Jim Byrne and Glenn Cole. Once again, fans, we thank you for attending this evening and for supporting ICL baseball. Enjoy the game.
Oh, actually, no, I don't have the Chiefs lineup yet.
I told you it's the same as before.
Oh, yeah, except Parra. Yeah, yeah, gotcha. Okay, I got it from here.
And Juba and Woodman switched the 8 catch.
Yeah, so Woodman's catching.
Catching and Zuba's the 8.
Thank you.
I forgot that.
Yeah, but that's the easier part.
Right.
Alright.
Hi, Bruce.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
The numbers being switched around 6 different times.
And now, fans, as we welcome our teams to their respective baselines, we invite you to rise, if you are able. Remove your hats as we honor America and our peacekeeping forces deployed around the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
From Morelli Field in Melrose, Mass., this is Game 3 of the 2024 Intercity League Championship Series here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube, with the Andre Chiefs leading the Lexington Blue Sox in this best-of-5 series, 2-0. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story after an absolute drubbing at the hands of the Chiefs on Wednesday night. Rick DeAngelis' message to his club was, dare to be great. And if they're going to dare, they're going to have to dare in ways they may have never dared before, because they got to win 3 in a row to win this championship. They just got to win tonight to stay alive. But as Kevin Millar said before the 2004 ALCS comeback by the Red Sox against the Yankees, don't let us win one, right? Well, let's see what happens with the left-hander Dan Metzdorf getting the start on the mound tonight for the Blue Sox. And the Blue Sox have a wildly different batting order tonight. We'll tell you about that a little bit. There are a couple of slight changes for the Chiefs in their starting 9 tonight. Most notably, Juan Parra returns to the lineup in the leadoff spot in right field, followed by Miles Reed at second. Teddy Juba will be the DH tonight. Hector Peo at third, Mitch Schroeder at first, Byron Woodman behind the plate, Nate Witkowski at short, Tyler Ferdinand in left, and Nick Valdario rounding out the lineup in center field, with the veteran everyday Dunph, Tim Dunphy, looking to pitch the Andre Chiefs to back-to-back Intercity League championships here tonight. Dunph was 4-1 with a 1.27 ERA in 2024 in the regular season. 33 innings, 33 hits, 11 runs, only 6 of which were earned. Walked just 1 batter in 33 innings and struck out 15. So you know he will not be missing his spots very much. Only 1 walk in 33 innings. That is quite the number. We'll give you more about the Blue Sox lineup before they come to bat and the drastic changes really necessary for the Blue Sox to stay alive. But here is Juan Parra returning to the lineup for the Andre Chiefs after Joe Bova broke out of his 0-for-7 to start this series in a big way with a double, a single, and a home run in his final 3 at-bats of Game 2. Parra takes strike 1, first pitch at 8:01. We are underway. It is do-or-die time for the Blue Sox. Metzdorf ahead of Parra, 0-1, and nearly came in and got him, and maybe he did. He did! Parra, I guess, wasn't sure, and Dushney, looking over to the umpire and to Rick DeAngelis. Wow. Parra, of all people, would certainly know if he got hit by the pitch. And now umpires are going to come in and have a conversation about this. Parra only played in 8 games in the regular season, but was at a .520 batting average, a 1356 OPS, including a 2-for-4 in his last regular season appearance with 2 runs against the East Boston Knights. And in the postseason, he's only played in 1 game so far, and he was 0-for-4 with a couple of strikeouts and a run scored in Game 1 against the Melrose Americans. And Rick DeAngelis is not happy, and this is not the start that the Blue Sox wanted, obviously. Wow. So what a start. An ominous start possibly for the Lexington Blue Sox with their season on the line. Here's Miles Reed, who is able to hold up for ball 1. Miles this postseason, 971 OPS and 3 RBIs. He takes a strike. And that evens the count at 1. 3 hits and 7 at-bats in this series for Reed, along with 3 runs. No RBIs yet in this series. All 3 of his postseason RBIs this year came in the first 2 games of the Melrose series. A swing and a miss, and Spida is behind 1-2. Metzdorf only appeared in 3 games in the regular season for the Blue Sox, but he gets Reed to swing and miss for out number 1.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 69, Teddy Juba.
So one down rather, with a runner at first, and here is Teddy Juba in the DH slot tonight. And Metzdorf, he only comes in and gets Thaddeus for ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Teddy is 9 for 10 in this, 6 for 7 in this series. He hits this one to center field, and it is caught for out number 2, and Parra overran second base, and they double him off. Didn't think that had dropped, apparently. Didn't think it had been caught, rather, and Parra's doubled off, and the inning is over, and the controversial hit by pitch to begin the ball game becomes a moot point as Metzdorf faces the minimum, and it is the Chiefs nothing and the Blue Sox coming up. So before we go to the bottom of the first, again, this is a drastically different batting order for the Blue Sox than what we've seen the rest of this postseason, and it starts with the fact that they are running only the traditional 9 batters. No extra hitter in the lineup tonight for the Blue Sox. This is their lineup. Jake McElroy will lead things off at third base, followed by Ben Leonard in left. Anderson Jimenez is at short. Julian Alvarez is the DH. Jeff Costello drops down to the 5 slot in center. Dom Gabardi is in right. Josue Feliciano's at first. Dylan Walsh is at second, and Max Dushney is behind the plate. Already told you about Metzdorf's numbers in the season. And now, again, it's time for everyday Dunph to see if he can pitch the Chiefs to a second consecutive ICL title. Told you Dunph's numbers in the regular season. This is his first appearance of this postseason. Dating back to 2008 with the Cassell Club. In the ICL postseason, Dunphy is 12-8 with a 2.28 ERA in 141 innings, 27 appearances. Averages just .574 strikeouts per inning and a whip of 1.27. He has never been a big strikeout guy, but that doesn't matter. When he can keep batters off balance and keep getting them out, that is what matters in the end. Last year, in the postseason, Dunph made 1 appearance against the Expos. Excuse me, I got the wrong postseason. My mistake. He did make 1 appearance against the Expos actually, on August 17th. A complete game win. So it's 1 earned run in 7 innings with 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Just rendered a solo home run. Jake McElroy leading things off, takes down and away for ball 1. 1-1 is the count to Jake. One and two. McElroy, this postseason, .455 average and a .1236 OPS. That is outside for a ball. But that was all in the semifinals against the Expos. Making his championship series debut, and a little bit of a leap there by Valdario. Will retire Jake for the first out of the bottom of the first.
Left fielder, number 16, Ben Leonard.
Done for the full windup, and the pitch is on the inside corner for strike one. Leonard getting the start in the field this time in left field, and takes a ball 1-1. Fouled off. Count will be 1-2. Leonard 0 for 4 in the championship series, dropping his postseason batting average to .188. Grounds this one to the right side. Schroeder's got it and will flip to the pitcher covering for out number 2. So here's Jimenez to try and keep the line moving.
The shortstop, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
AJ has been one of the lone bright spots for the Blue Sox in this series. 3 for 5 with a double and a run scored in RBI. Overall in the postseason, 400 batting average, 1,100 OPS, and that gets over Witkowski's head into left field for a 2-out single to keep the inning alive. So here's Alvarez.
The designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
Jules is 3 for 14 on the postseason with a double and 5 RBIs. Takes low, ball 1, and home plate umpire is asking the Blue Sox players in the dugout to go back into said dugout. 1-0 the count. I mean, they were causing any trouble, just drifting out a bit too much for the umpire's liking. Here's a smash to the left side, past the diving third baseman Payo to left for another 2-out single. So back-to-back base hits with 2 down, and the inning continues for Jeff Costello.
The center fielder, number 9, Jeff Costello.
Dunphy finds himself a little bit hot water after getting through the first 2 batters relatively easily. And Costello swings over the top of that one for strike 1. One and one. Costello 0 for 6 with a run scored in this series, 2 for 14 on the postseason overall. Oh, 1 and 2. That looked to be about as outside as the last pitch that was called a ball, but Costello gets the bad news. It's 1-2, and he grounds this one to the right side, fielded by Reed, who flips to Witkowski for the out that retires the side. So nothing comes of the 2-2 out singles, and after one complete, no score.
We have no score between the Andre Chiefs and the Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off for the Chiefs, the third baseman, number 61, Hector Peo.
Peo, Schroeder, and Woodman due up for the Andre Chiefs here in the top of the second. Metzdorf delivers, and Peo fouls this one into the screen for strike one. Swing and a miss by Peo, and he is behind the count 0-2. High and to the backstop for ball one. 1-2. Metzdorf, last year for the Sabertooth Expos, took the loss on August 18th of the postseason against these Andre Chiefs, going 3 innings and allowing 8 hits and 8 runs with 4 earned, with 2 walks and 4 strikes, rendering 2 home runs. That was the massive Game 5 outburst by the Chiefs to clinch their first ICL title since 2014, and now looking to do it again to Metzdorf here for a second consecutive title, but Peo comes up empty here for strike 3. Second strikeout already for Metzdorf, 1 down.
Number 39, Mitchell Schroeder.
Here's Schroeder, the first baseman, and the former Blue Sox. Check swing, appeal down, and he went around, says the first base umpire, for strike 1 to Mitchell Schroeder. 1219 OPS in the regular season, a 1541 OPS here in the postseason. Misses inside for ball 1. Schroeder 8 for 14 with 2 walks, 6 runs, a double, a homer, 5 ribbies, no strikeouts, and been hit by 3 pitches. 2 in 1 game against Melrose. Popped up into shallow center field, and a little bit of a bobble at the end, but eventually hauled in by Costello for out number 2.
The catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
So it'll be up to Byron Woodman to try and avert a 1-2-3 inning. Metzdorf did face the minimum in the top of the first, thanks to a 7-3 double play with Juba flying out to left and Parr, who had been hit on the second pitch of the ball game, already past second base when the ball was caught. Ball 1 to Woodman. Two and 0 hitters count to Woodman, who gets the start as the catcher tonight for the Chiefs. 804 OPS in the regular season with 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 14 RBIs for Lord Byron. Fouls this one off 2-1. In the postseason, 1083 OPS with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. And all 6 of those RBIs come in his last 3 games. Including 2 last night. In fact, he didn't even play in games 1 and 2, so those were his only 3 games, and he has done nothing but contribute since coming back into the line for the Chiefs this postseason. A full count now to Byron, with Nate Witkowski due up next if he can get on base. Payoff pitch from Metzdorf. Fouled off, we'll do it again. Inside corner, strike 3 called, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Chiefs in the top of the second. 3 Ks in the books already for Dan Metzdorf. $1.50 in the books. No score. Dom Gabardi will lead things off here in the bottom of the second inning for the Blue Sox. A couple of 2-out singles off Tim Dunphy, but the Blue Sox could not take that goose egg off the scoreboard, and Gabardi swings and misses at the first one. He is behind 0-1. Dunphy also a quick worker, as well as a pitch to contact guy. Those two generally seem to go hand in hand, too, when you think about some of the most famous quick workers in baseball history. Sometimes quick workers, if batters can adjust in time, turn your strength into your weakness. And that's what we saw from the Expos, actually, against the Blue Sox, against both Wanted and Draper Games 3 and 4. But a swing and a miss here by Gabardi, and he is down on strikes. First strikeout tonight for Dunph.
Number 21, Josue Feliciano.
Gabardi retired. Now will be Feliciano, and then Dylan Walsh gets on Max Dushney, as that is on the inside corner for strike one. And Feliciano quickly behind 0-2. Didn't look too thrilled with that strike call, but it did look defensible anyways. And now he swings and misses at one in the right-handed batter's box. And he is down on strikes, back-to-back Ks now for Dunphy. And here is Walsh to try and keep the line moving.
Number 4, Dylan Walsh.
And when Dan Shaw was on a roll in Game 1 of the semifinals against the Expos, the Blue Sox really did not think about calling time much. Eventually, they did win that game 1-0 in 8 innings as Dylan takes strike one. When they face him again in Game 4, and on one hand, I guess that can happen when you face the same guy 3 times in 10 days. As Dylan's behind 0-2, but they started to, call time more often and get him out of his rhythm, and that's what led to that huge win in Game 4 to advance this far, but I'm thinking about doing that here. 1-2. Grounder up the middle. Witkowski's got it on to first. It pulled Schroeder off the bag, and Dylan reaches to keep the inning alive.
The catcher, number 7, Max Dushney.
Now here's a tongue twister for you. Dunphy versus Dushney for this at-bat. Can't exactly do Dunph and Dush as I might otherwise do. Both Walsh reaching to keep the inning alive. Woodman trying to frame it, but to no avail. 1-0 to Max. Everyday Dunph comes set. And a swing and a miss. 1-1. Grounder to the right side. Reed flips to Witkowski. And much like the bottom of the first, the bottom of the second ends with a 4-6 fielder's choice. Through 2, no score. Ball 1 to Nate Witkowski to begin the top of the third. Pops this one up into right field, and that'll be caught by Gabardi for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 7, Tyler Ferdinand.
Bottom third of the order due up for the Chiefs here in the top of the third is Ferdinand. Takes high for ball 1. On the outer edge for strike 1 to even the count. Outside, 2-1 to Ferdinand. He has a hit in every Chiefs postseason game this postseason. In fact, exactly 1 in every game. 2-2. 5 for 17 with 4 ribbies. All of his hits are singles. 2-2. Down low. 3-2. On deck is the number 9 hitter, Nick Valdario. 3-2. Fouled off. Got him. Swing and miss on fastball. 4th strikeout for Metzdorf. And here's Valdario.
The center fielder, number 98, Nick Valdario.
Valdario was 0 for 8 in the semis against the Americans, but has 2 hits and 7 at-bats against the Blue Sox here in the championship series. And he's behind 0-2. He did pick up a couple of walks in the American series. And in fact, he has not walked yet in this series. He's laid down a couple sacrifices. And he scored 2 runs in the American series. Get on base any way you can, right? Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Metzdorf, who has faced the minimum through the first 3 innings, and we are still scoreless. I will be right back, folks. Just got to tend to something real quick, and until I come back, you can enjoy the sounds of the game. Please don't sue us, YouTube, or whatever record label represents the music that might be on the PA.
Blue Sox, the third baseman, number 53, Jake McElroy. Now batting, the left fielder, number 16, Ben Leonard. The shortstop, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
Look up there, just make sure that there's sound coming out. Yeah. My high school graduation was actually yeah. My dad never high school, and my dad was there.
We still doing the not there anymore. That actually was
The Sox?
Yeah, they didn't when I graduated. I was on the football field.
Oh, you went to Lexington?
Yeah.
You know they have really good tennis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I played tennis in high school. Yeah, they're always tough. So when I just got to college, my high school was running them, so I thought I'd go and watch. And, like, they had lost like all their starting line because we all seniors, and they still beat us 5-0. But the matches were close, but it's crazy.
They've always been good. You kept your autograph secrets away. Got a man on second wild.
Fly ball into right is caught and put a runner on third with 2 down.
Thought I muted the ambient mic when I turned that up.
The designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
Blue Sox have stranded a runner in every inning. 3 through the first 2. Got to cash in here. Their season on the line. As Alvarez takes strike 1. Since 2006, only one team has led the Intercity League in both batting average, that's outside, and ERA over the course of the regular season, and not won the championship. And that was the 2012 Lexington Blue Sox, who lost to these Andre Chiefs. That was a series that the Chiefs won in 5 games. The Chiefs led the ICL in both batting average and ERA this season, as Alvarez spoils that one. And in doing so, actually set the record for team batting average since 2006, eclipsing the 06 Cassell Club by 3 points, 346 to 343. Alvarez doing his best to keep this at-bat in the Blue Sox season alive. Jeff Costello on deck if Jules can find a way on. Dunphy gets to foul it off again. A lot of history potentially on the line tonight and in this series. As Alvarez grounds this one to third, Peo's got it on to first. And once again, the Blue Sox unable to cash in with a runner on in 2 down. Through 3, still no score.
At the end of 3 full innings of play, we are still scoreless.
Dan Metzdorf has faced the minimum through 3 innings, and now the top of the Chiefs' order, Parra, Reed, and Juba. Parra swings to the first pitch and fouls it out of play for strike 1. Parra was hit with the second pitch of the ball game, a controversial call in the eyes of the Lexington Blue Sox, but eventually it was a moot point as he was doubled off to end the inning on a fly ball by Juba. Here's a fly ball into right, and coming in a few steps and making the catch is Gabardi for out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
Reed takes a strike. He does not like the call. It is 0-1. Reed 0 for 1. The strikeout swinging. Takes high to even the count at 1. Fouled off. The count will be 1-2. Oh! Home plate umpire indirectly getting plunked there. He's not wearing full helmet. Full count to Reed. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Up and away for ball 4. And Reed is aboard.
The designated hitter, number 69, Teddy Juba.
So here's Juba. Flew out to left, and that fly ball turned into an inning-ending double play back in the top of the first. He's 0 for 1. Standing pickoff move, they nearly got him. Reed back safely, but Metzdorf a wonderful pickoff attempt there, but just misses high to Teddy Juba for ball 1. Popped up, foul into the overhang, and the count will be 1-1. Teddy retired for just the second time this series in his first at-bat. It's 3 for 3 plus an intentional walk in game 1. Another pickoff attempt. Nope. As I was alluding to before, Jules grounded out to end the bottom of the third. A lot of history on the line in this situation. This is a line drive into right field for a base hit. And Teddy back to doing Teddy things with another hit. His 8th of the series. Correction, 7th of the series, but 9th time he's been on base. For whatever reason, I thought he was 4 for 5 last night, but hard not to think of any way he wouldn't have had 5 plate appearances last night, except for the obvious one, which was him getting pinch hit for. So first and second with 1 down for Payo. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Fouls this one in the screen, 0-2. The history, and is on the line in this series, in this game, and potentially in this series. Potentially this game, definitely this series. The Andre Chiefs looking to win consecutive Intercity League championships for the first time ever. The Hosmer Chiefs had a run of success, but the Andre Chiefs have never won consecutive, even just back-to-back ICL titles. Meanwhile, the Blue Sox, I mean, last year was historic enough in that it was as Peo out in front of that one. Last year was historic enough in that it was the first time since 2006 that they didn't even make it to the ICL Championship Series. But if they do not win this series, if they do not win the next 3 in a row, it will match the longest stretch of the Blue Sox not being ICL championships at 3 consecutive years for the third time, as Peo swings and misses for a huge second out there. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. And now it is up to the former Blue Sox, Mitchell Schroeder, to try and cash in. The only other times in which the Blue Sox did not win, it was at least 3 years without a Blue Sox ICL championship. First 3 years of the franchise existence, 95 to 97, that's fouled out of play for strike 1. And then 1999 to 2001. Since then, the Blue Sox hadn't even gone 2 consecutive years without winning an ICL title, but that has been the case the last 2 years with the Expos in 22 and the Chiefs in 23. Will be the Chiefs again in 24 is the question. Owen to Schroeder, fouled into the screen, 0-2. Reed at second and Juba at first. Juba's base hit, by the way, the first hit of the ball game for the Chiefs. And with his performance in the first 2 games, you had to figure it. Someone was going to break up this hitless string by Metzdorf. It was going to be Teddy. Pretty good chance of that happening, and that's exactly what did happen. Up and into Schroeder, and the count is 1-2. Again, out in front of that one is Mitch, and it'll remain 1-2. Metzdorf waiting. Delivers. Again. Schroeder out in front of fastballs at that. Down and away, trying to see if it'll go fishing at something off speed, but easy enough for Mitch to lay off there. Count evens. Inside for ball 3, and it gets away from Dushney to put 2 runners in scoring position. So, a pivotal pitch of this ball game, of this series, and this season forthcoming, with Byron Woodman due up next. Schroeder, who has been phenomenal in his brief time with the Chiefs this season, he has a chance to perhaps completely demoralize his former club and their hopes of getting back in this series. Ball 4. Well, could be Weiss, could be raining. So the bases are loaded now. And here's Byron Woodman, but first, Pat McGowan will go out to have a word with Metzdorf and the rest of the Blue Sox infield. Woodman struck out looking his first time up to end the second. In 18 games in the regular season, 804 OPS with 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 14 RBIs. This postseason, a 1083 OPS in 3 games. 2 hits on Wednesday night in 4 at-bats with 2 ribbies and 2 runs as well. And Metzdorf looks like he's going to go with a full windup here with the bases loaded. Pop foul for strike 1. But again, the thing that has been holding back the Blue Sox as the season has worn on and in this postseason is their inability to put batters away with 2 strikes, 2 outs, popped up behind short. Jimenez has it. And Blue Sox fans, exhale. The Chiefs leave the bases loaded and do not score. We are halfway home, 0s. Costello, Gabardi, and Feliciano to begin the bottom of the 4th, and Costello down the right field line into the corner for extra bases. Great start for the Blue Sox there. Getting the leadoff man in scoring position on a double for Jeff Costello. Now with Gabardi up, I mean, he can swing the bat, but do you think they're going to have him drop one down here is the question. Well, the corner infielders are coming in, certainly expecting a bunt here. As Dunph comes set, and the first pitch to Dom. He does not square, and he takes strike one. Leadoff man aboard. Double for Costello. He's now 1 for 2. Foul tip in a Woodman's mitt for strike 2. Well, Gabardi certainly ain't dropping one down now with 2 strikes on him. Ooh. Kind of an interesting step off there by Dunph. But Costello back without a throw. Dunphy comes set. And the 0-2. Little dribbler to third. This will at least get the runner over. Payo. Safe! Schroeder tried the swipe tag after the throw was off target.
The first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
Well, now would be as good a time as any you would think for a squeeze here from Sway. Struck out swinging his first time up. And yeah, corner infielder's still in here. He's going to take ball 1. Runners at the corners to begin the bottom of the 4th in a scoreless ball game. A potential closeout game for the Chiefs. Runner goes. Sway offered at it, and now they got Costello in the hot box between third and home, and Dunphy slaps the tag on him. One and one is the count with 1 out. And now runner at second. Tough spot there for the Blue Sox and for Costello. She could turn back time, at least get back to third, as that is a 1 hop. It's not a catch, but Schroeder does knock it down and step on first for that out. Gabardi gets to third, but there are now 2 down. And an inning that started with such promise is now on the verge of ending with a whimper and ending with still goose eggs on the scoreboard. Here is Dylan Walsh. Nearly came in and got him, and it is ball 1. Walsh reached his first time up. A broken bat, slow roller to Reed onto first. And the Blue Sox get the first 2 aboard with nobody out and get nothing. We are still scoreless through 4. Well, we go to the top of the fifth. There's a new noodle on the mound for the Lexington Blue Sox, the right-hander, Matt Draper. One of the guys I speculated would potentially start this game, but Metzdorf goes the first four and does not allow a run and only allows one hit with 2 walks and a hit batsman with 6 strikeouts. So Draper takes over and will for sure be a no decision for Metzdorf, but certainly a better outing than his last postseason outing against the Andre Chiefs. But will it still end up as a Chiefs victory and a Chiefs championship in the game that he started for the Chiefs opposition? We'll find out. But the Blue Sox must be disheartened after that inning. The way it started, first pitch, opposite field double by Costello. Gabardi beats out a off-balance throw by Payo, and then Feliciano trying to squeeze results in Costello being nabbed at the plate, and then Feliciano grounds out and Walsh grounds out, and that was the end of that rally, and we are still scoreless as we go to the top of the fifth.
For the Chiefs, the shortstop, number 44, Nate Witkowski.
So it will be the bottom third of the order to greet Matt Draper here in the top of the fifth. Witkowski, Ferdinand, and Valdario, all of whom were 0-for against Dan Metzdorf. First pitch swinging by Witkowski in a foul territory over towards the Chiefs dugout. Suedo trying to jump over and bring that one back next to the Chiefs dugout, but it is foul by a good couple of feet for out of play, more importantly, by a good couple of feet for strike one. Draper appeared in 9 games of the regular season, was 6-1 with 1 save and a .771 ERA. In 2 games against the Expos, an appeal down, and he went around for strike 2, 0-2. In 2 games against the Expos, no decisions, .875 ERA, but that includes 7 shutout innings in game 1. Did allow a run in 1 inning against the Expos in game 4 on Sunday. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 K, but by that point, the game outcome was in hand for the Blue Sox. Downstairs, 2-2. That inning, I figured, since he hadn't pitched since game 1, figured that could potentially serve as Draper's in-between session, and he would have gotten the start in game 1 or 2, but here he is now in relief in game 3. And now he has gone from ahead 0-2 to a full count to Witkowski. And, of course, these are the speed guys and the guys who can handle the bat at the bottom of the lineup for the Chiefs and cause some chaos to potentially finally push across the first run of the ball game. And Witkowski comes all the way back to work a leadoff walk.
The left fielder, number 7, Tyler Ferdinand.
So Witkowski reaches base for the first time. That is the 3rd walk drawn by Chiefs batters tonight. And here is Ferdinand. Possible bunt candidate, but even if he's laying one down to give himself up, he has the speed and coming out of the left-handed batter's box to reach base anyways. He does square, pulls back, and it's a strike, 0-1. Ferdinand struck out swinging his first time up in the 3rd. Only 1 hit so far for the Chiefs. That was Juba's single with 1 out in the 4th. And that was a point where the Chiefs were trying to start their own rally and break this scoreless tie, but to no avail. Here's a diving, and it dropped in foul territory. Fine effort there by McElroy over at 3rd to try and really make it hurt for the Chiefs, but it did land foul, so you don't have to worry about throwing anyone out on that play. It is 0-2. But nearly stealing it out there from the Chiefs and not getting anything out of it either. Ferdinand's going to have to swing the bat here on 0-2. Oh, he's got a square. Oh, it's perfectly placed. Eddie's safe. Are you kidding me? He's going to have to swing the bat, huh? You were wrong again, Ernie. First and second, nobody out. No fear from Tyler Ferdinand. And now that brings up another possible bunt candidate in Nick Valdario.
The center fielder, number 98, Nick Valdario.
I mean, no, like, even for someone as fast and as skilled a bunter as Ferdinand, you're not expecting him to try and drop one down on 0-2, on 2 strikes at all. At this point, it might as well stand right in front of the plate, as this is going to be fielded by Feliciano. So he didn't have the play at third, so he has to go to first. 3-4 is the sacrifice, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Chiefs. And now here is Juan Parra. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch to begin the ball game, and a fly out to right. Infield comes in. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Parra had a go-ahead home run, huge home run in the Game 5 against the Expos in the championship series last year. Once he got in store here with a championship on the line. Fouls this one off. 1-2 is the count. Parra's home run in the championship series last year was his 7th career postseason home run, dating back to 2015, across the MSBL and the Yawkey and the ICL. Here's a swing and a miss on a drop third strike. Dushny nearly airmailed the throw, but Feliciano able to haul it in and keep his foot on the bag for out number 2. My life flashed before me eyes. It was really boring. So 2 down now for Miles Reed. Oh for 1 with a walk his last time up. Reed takes strike 1. I have zero reason to believe that anyone other than Dunphy is going to be taking the mound in the bottom of the 5th for the Chiefs. No one in the bullpen right now, actually, for either side. Fouled off, and it is 0-2. Teddy Juba is due up next. I would want Johnny Welch in the on-deck circle before I would want to see Teddy Juba in this juncture. At least if it were Johnny Welch, it would be a righty-righty matchup. 1-2 is the count to Reed. Got him! Strike 3 called. Reed cannot believe it. The inning is over. This game was on the precipice of a meltdown for the Blue Sox. And somehow, some way, after 4.5, we are still scoreless. Dushney, McElroy, and Leonard due up here in the bottom of the 5th. We are still scoreless. Dunphy delivers. And Dushney takes strike one, 0-1. Max grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up to end the second. 1-1, and Miles Reed had effectively a front row seat to the spot of that pitch. I'm sure it was like, hey, that was a strike last time. Well, now he's got a chance of redemption. It's ground right to him. 1 down. Lineup turns over for Jake McElroy. A single his last time up. He's 1 for 2.
The third baseman, number 53, Jake McElroy.
Well, both teams threatening their last turn in each of the last couple of turns at bat. Something's got to give eventually. 0-1 is the count to Jake. McElroy, then Leonard, if anyone gets on, AJ. 0-2. Dushney has slowed down his pace here in the 5th a little bit. He was, even with nobody on base, maybe only slightly so. That's down the line the opposite way for a base hit. Turning on the Jets, heading to second. Here's the throw. It's airmailed. McElroy with a 1-out double. He's 2 for 3.
The left fielder, number 16, Ben Leonard.
Leonard laid down a sac bunt his last time, 0 for 1. Now with the runner already in scoring position in front of him, hoping to break this stalemate. Popped up on the right side. Reed on the lip of the outfield grass makes the catch, and on one pitch, Leonard is retired for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
Jimenez will try to keep the line moving and try to cash in. The Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning, but they have left 4 to this point. Oh and 1. In the top of the 6th, the Chiefs will have the heart of the order due up. Juba, Peo, and Schroeder. Fouled off. 0-2. McElroy at second after the 1-out double. But an 0-2 count to Jimenez. Down the line right, that is going to get down for a base hit. McElroy being waved around third. The throw will not even come home. It's 1-0 Blue Sox. Anderson Jimenez breaks the ice with the RBI single, his second hit of the night. And now here's Jules. One for 2 is Jules. A single and a ground out to third. Hoping to force game 4 Sunday night are the Blue Sox. Dunphy delivers. Swing at the first pitch and fouling out of plays. Jules for strike 1. Jimenez with his 5th RBI of the postseason. He runs, pitches outside, throw down to second is not in time. And he just picked up his 3rd steal of the postseason. And a little bit of a delay here as Jimenez, is he hurt? I think he might be clutching his side. I think he's clutching his side here. Hunched over near the second base bag. And Rick DeAngelo's coming out to check on AJ. This is a guy who's struggling mightily at the plate the first half of the regular season. Absolutely caught fire. The second half has really continued that into the postseason. And trying to see if Angel will be good to continue. And it does appear to be that way. That's good. Because Jimenez really embodies the fight and the leadership and the resilience and the spirit of Blue Sox leaders before him, like Pete Frates and Dave Ahern, and his contemporaries, like the man at the plate, Julian Alvarez. 1-1 to Jules. Popped up. Schroeder has it for out number 3. But Jimenez comes through again with an RBI single to make it 1-0 Blue Sox after 5.
Leading off for the Chiefs, the designated hitter, number 69, Teddy Juba.
Well, if the Chiefs are going to pull level in this game, they have the right part of the order to get it started. Juba, Peo, and Schroeder, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Fouled straight back by Teddy. It is 0-1. In his last at-bat, Juba picked up his 7th hit of this series. One of just 2 hits tonight for the Chiefs. Dribbles this one up the first baseline. That'll go foul for strike 2. Both Chiefs' hits tonight have been singles. One of the more conventional variety by Juba back in the fourth. And then Ferdinand on an 0-2, a perfectly placed bunt up the third base line. Alas, the Chiefs could not cash in with a run in that inning. They haven't cashed in with a run in any inning yet. A swing and a miss for strike three by Teddy. And the throw completes the strikeout. One down here in the top of the sixth. The Blue Sox 5 defensive outs away from forcing Game 4 Sunday night. And marks the second strikeout 2-3 putout of the night for Draper and Dushney and Feliciano. Peo hoping to avoid the hat trick here. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Those were both against Metzdorf. Ooh. I mean, nothing you can do about that one. You get jackknifed and it catches the inside corner. Great cutting action there from the righty. Ooh. Mistakenly had the count. The score bug is 0-2. It was 1-1. Now it is 1-2. Swing and a miss. 2 down. Again, another strikeout and 2-3 putout. Draper is now retired 4 straight by way of the K. Let's see what he can do with Mitchell Schroeder. 0 for 1 on the fly out to center and a walk. Draper comes set. Into center field and down for a 2-out single. Schroeder now 1 for 2. And before Byron Woodman comes to the plate, there's going to be a longer conversation here with Dushney and Feliciano and Draper, but not the case.
The catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
So Peo now with a hat trick, but Schroeder keeps the inning alive, and now Woodman hoping to get on base for the first time tonight. 0 for 2, a strikeout looking, and a pop-up to short. Throw back to first. Schroeder, maybe not the top candidate for a stolen base attempt, and you want to get back in time underneath the pickoff attempt and the tag of Sway. And there's a strike, 0-1. In the bottom of the sixth, the Blue Sox will have Costello, Gabardi, and Feliciano due up. Will they be looking for insurance? Or will it be a brand new ball game? One and one. Strike 2. Woodman couldn't commit, but was in the zone anyways. 1-2 is the count to the Chiefs catcher, with Nate Witkowski on deck if we get that far. Schroeder inching off of first. The 1-2 from Draper to Woodman. Strike 3 called, inning over. 5 Ks now for Draper. Woodman not happy with that call. Getting a lot of the same bad news that the Chiefs have gotten tonight. And we are through 5.5, 1-0 Blue Sox. Costello, Gabardi, and Feliciano due up for the Blue Sox here in the bottom of the 6th, looking for some insurance, up 1-0 on Tim Dunphy and the Andre Chiefs. Strike one is the call to Costello. He's 1 for 2 with a double his last time up. 0-2. Down away. 1-2. The Blue Sox win Game 4 Sunday night. Costello into center field, and that will be caught by Valdario for out number 1. So Jeff is 1 for 3, and here's Gabardi.
Number 22, Dom Gabardi.
1 for 2 with a single. Blue Sox have had a hit in every inning, but just the one run tonight. And it is 0-1. Shows I know about this strike zone. I put that up as a ball in the score bug initially. Woodman doesn't get the call there. Trying to frame it. Did look low anyway, so it was 1-1. But Woodman was rung up on strikes to end the top of the 6th. And when the catcher is arguing, as Bruce was rightfully pointing out between innings, when the catcher's arguing balls and strikes when he's batting, that does not work in your favor when you go back behind the plate and put the gear on again. So we do not want to ump around and find out, that is for sure. Three and two. Worth noting, by the way, that the same calls that you see on the outer part of the plate, neither team is getting on the inner part of the plate to right-handed batters. And Gabardi works a 1-out walk. And here is Feliciano.
The first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
Gabardi getting his lead off of first, and the famous Dunphy drop. Pickoff attempt. Feliciano into left field. Back goes Ferdinand and hauls it in for out number 2. So here's Dylan Walsh. 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to second. 8 hits tonight for the Blue Sox, plus the walk for Gabardi, but just the 1 run as in there for strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the Chiefs will have Witkowski, Ferdinand, and Valdario due up. That nearly came in and got Dylan, and then I'll make it 1-1. Now, those 3 came to bat to begin the top of the 5th, and that was when the Chiefs probably came the closest to scoring a run this game. There's a little blooper into left center for a base hit. No further advance past second by Gabardi. Walsh picks up his second base hit and is first and second with 2 down for Max.
The catcher, number 7, Max Dushney.
Dush, the only Blue Sox, along with Feliciano, yet to reach base tonight. He is 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a ground out to second. Trying to come through with a big insurance run and hopefully push the Blue Sox to Game 4 Sunday night into right field the other way, but that is caught by Juan Parra, and the inning is over, and we go to the top of the 7th. It is closing time for the Blue Sox. They need this win to stay alive. 1-0 after 6.
Remains Lexington
Nate Witkowski to lead things off here in the top of the 7th. And Matt Draper trying to finish things off and gets Nate to swing and miss for strike one. Witkowski 0 for 1 with a walk his last time up. Down low, ball one. Witkowski, Ferdinand, and Valdario, the bottom three hitters of the lineup, due up for the Chiefs here in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Draper would be in line for the win if he can finish this one off. If the Blue Sox do win Game 4 Sunday night at 8 here in Morelli. Outside corner, strike 3 called. 1 up, 1 down. Draper has gotten his last 6 outs by way of the K. Here's Ferdinand. 1 for 2. Maybe the ballsiest bunt single I've ever seen. His last time up, he fouls this one off for strike 1 with an 0-2 count. Not that I necessarily doubt his ability, but not the strategy you would expect there. It almost paid off, but the Chiefs unable to score in that inning, and Ferdinand, well, he went down swinging his first time, and now it's his turn to have a tour around the block of this strike zone. 0-2. Just barely able to foul that one off. The Chiefs win. This series is over, and they win the Intercity League Championship. The Blue Sox win Game 4 Sunday, a game that you could reasonably expect to see Silas Reed pitch, because he pitched Game 1 on Tuesday, and that would be normal rest. 4 nights in between. Could he go Sunday? Right now, 0-2. Fouled off, and this is what you want from your bottom of the order hitters in a tight ball game to try and wear down the opposing pitchers. No one warming right now for the Blue Sox. Draper comes set. The 0-2. The other way into left field and caught for out number 2. Leonard able to stick with that one. And the Chiefs are down to their final out of Game 3.
The center fielder, number 98, Nick Valdario.
Valdario is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first time and then laid down a 3-4 sacrifice last time in the 5th. After Witkowski had walked and Ferdinand had singled to begin that inning, the closest the Chiefs have come to scoring in this game. Here's a ground ball to short. Jimenez, who had the only RBI in this game, gives the Blue Sox the 1-0 win. Well, the Lexington Blue Sox stave off elimination, live to play another game Sunday night, 8 o'clock first pitch right here at Morelli Field. Do they have a huge comeback in them? Rick DeAngelis told his guys after Wednesday night's loss, dare to be great. They came through when they needed to on both sides of the ball tonight, but still a long way back to the top. 1-0 your final score. Matt Draper gets the win. Tim Dunphy takes the L. Anderson Jimenez, his RBI single in the bottom of the 5th with 2 down, proves to be the difference. He goes 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI, and a stolen base. Matt Draper fires the final 3 innings with 6 Ks. And the Blue Sox and Chiefs. We'll do it again. Game 4, Sunday night, 8 p.m. here at Morelli Field. And Bruce Hack is letting me know that this is the 7th time. This is the 7th time the Blue Sox have shut out the Chiefs. This is the 7th time the Blue Sox have shut out the Chiefs in a postseason game since 2006, and the 2nd time they've done so 1-0. And in both instances, the losing pitcher for the Chiefs, everyday Dunph, Tim Dunphy. Game 4, Sunday night, same time, same park, same YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all season long at intercityleaguebaseball.com and on the Burb, the Book, and the Gram. Once again, the final score from Morelli Field in Melrose, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 1 and the Andre Chiefs 0. The Chiefs lead this best-of-5 Intercity League Championship Series 2-1. For all my righty friends here at Morelli, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.